Now to the legal trouble surrounding former President Trump. This time we're talking about the $250 million civil lawsuit brought against him by the New York Attorney General. A judge ruled that Trump had committed fraud repeatedly and lied about his net worth for years. Some of Trump's companies have been ordered to be removed from his control and dissolved. He has denied any wrongdoing, and his attorney is calling the ruling outrageous. To help break it all down, let's bring in NBC News Justice and Intelligence correspondent Ken Delainian. Ken, good morning. So New York Attorney General Letitia James brought this lawsuit against the Trump Organization just over a year ago. Trump and members of his family are part of the suit. What are some of the big takeaways from the judge's ruling yesterday?
Good morning, Joe. Look, this is enormously significant. Even though this is a civil case, not a criminal case, the repercussions for Donald Trump and his business organization are incredible. Potential loss of control of significant assets in New York, including a company that employs hundreds of people, and the potential to be banned from doing business, him and his family, in New York State for 5 years. What the judge ruled is that even without a trial, he could say definitively that Donald Trump and his business entities persistently committed fraud by overvaluing properties for the purposes of getting loans from banks and for insurance claims and other factors. And one of the best ways, this is very complicated, but let me just break it down in a very simple way that the judge used as an example. Donald Trump's apartment, where he lives in Trump Tower, is 11,000 square feet. But Trump, in documents, persistently said that it was 30,000 square feet, thereby overvaluing it by tens of millions of dollars. And Trump's lawyer said, look, that's just fudging. That's just kind of a margin of error. The judge said, absolutely not. He's a real estate developer. Inflating the square footage by 200%, that's just fraud, Joe.
So, Ken, what's been the reaction from Trump's team? How do they plan to defend themselves in this case?
Well, they're going to appeal, and the appeal will be a big issue here. His lawyers say this is an outrageous ruling that is not consistent with the facts and the law. Donald Trump supporters also say that even if technically there was fraud here, they question the whole premise of this case being brought by a Democrat elected in New York. They say that they've never seen a case like this. And they also say, look, at the end of the day, the banks who were the party to this transaction, they were all paid back. So there are no victims here. Obviously, the Attorney General disagrees.
And Ken, this ruling comes before the lawsuit is set to go to trial beginning next week. How does this decision, this ruling, impact the trial itself? When can we expect it all to get underway?
It gets underway Monday, and really now this trial is only about money and damages and how much fraud there was and what penalty the Attorney General can ultimately obtain from Donald Trump. So it'll be a pretty boring trial with a lot of expert witnesses talking about valuations and square footage, and most of the drama has been taken out of it by this ruling, but nonetheless deeply significant because at the end of it, we're going to find out exactly what the penalty is for Donald Trump and his business entities, Joe.
All right, Ken Delainian. Ken, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.